building that started because a resident locked themselves out of their own home. And Christmas is a time to give back, and the Yakima Valley Museum is in the Christmas spirit as its annual Holiday Lights Extravaganza is underway.
And more cloudy conditions and fog for your Wednesday. I'll get you prepared in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Wednesday. We've made it to midweek.
It does, and I feel like every day has been very consistent in our temperatures, in our conditions.
Yes.
Why is that?
Why is that? Well, we're in a weather pattern where there's not much wind. It is chilly, but we're still getting at least a little bit of warm temperatures from the south. So we're seeing average temperatures, and we're just kind of socked in. Luckily, air quality is not getting affected just yet, but you would think we were in Seattle, maybe even London, the way this is what winters in Seattle look like. It gets dark in October and it stays that way except for a week in February. Then it gets nice, but then it turns back. So, and also people were saying, hey Jason, it's raining today. No, it's not. Our air is so saturated with water. We're going through mists. So it's misty out there. So the misty morning, and a lot going on. Let's take a look outside. And again, when that mist kind of makes more of a vapor, then it becomes fog. Let's take a look outside, and we are looking at, again, good visibility from Richland, but we do have fog in places. We don't have any alerts, but we should maybe get an alert in Pendleton. There is 0% visibility there, less than a quarter of a mile. 70% visibility Walla Walla, 30 in Prosser, 40 in Yakima. So patchy fog yet again. Give yourself some extra time. We're a touch cooler today. We're more in the lower 40s to upper 30s. And if you don't have fog, you have clouds, and that's going to continue. Maybe in our afternoon we'll see a slight bit of sunshine. It would be nice, but most likely it's just going to be holding tough to what we've been seeing, and even to the mid to upper 30s for the Blue Mountain region. So cooler conditions throughout. So yes, London calling. London conditions, patchy AM fog, and a bit cooler today. I'll have your forecast, get you ready for that, and a sneak peek at your weekend in my full forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
The Kennewick Fire Department says a person locked out of their apartment led to a fire last night. It happened in the 5500 block of Hildebrand Boulevard at the Copper Ridge apartment complex. The call for help came in just after 5 o'clock. When firefighters got to the scene, there was smoke coming from a third-floor apartment. The fire was put out quickly due to a sprinkler system, but that apartment and the 2 apartments below were damaged by smoke and fire. Deputy Chief Michael Hefner says the person who lived in the apartment had been cooking but went out on their patio and somehow got locked out. That's when the fire started inside.
Because the resident was unable to get back through their apartment during the time of the fire, they have to seek refuge. Firefighters helped to protect that resident in place there. Once the fire was fully extinguished and we were able to exhaust any smoke and superheated gases, we were able to bring the resident through the burned apartment complex down to a medic unit where they were evaluated.
The cost of the damage is not known yet. The Kennewick Fire Department says cooking fires are one of the most common ways fires are started in the home. Much of those fires start due to unattended cooking. Closing arguments have been made in the trial of 3 Western Washington law enforcement officers facing homicide charges for the death of Manuel Ellis in March of 2020. According to the Pierce County Medical Examiner, Ellis died in police custody from a lack of oxygen due to physical restraint. Officers claim Ellis was aggressive and ignored their orders. Eyewitness accounts differ, saying everything was calm until the officers got out of their vehicle and began to hit Ellis before choking and tasing him. Prosecutors argued that while the officers aren't charged with intentionally killing Ellis, their actions resulted in his death.
They chose to treat Mr. Ellis like he was less than human. After they knew that he couldn't breathe, after he told them repeatedly that he couldn't breathe, they took out this hobble and they wrapped it around his ankles and they cinched it tight.
This case happened a few months before George Floyd's death resulted in a national spotlight on police brutality. It is the first case in Washington where officers were charged in the death of a suspect since the changes to the state law in 2018. Today's the last day of the City of Pasco's food drive supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs of Benton and Franklin counties. Food boxes are being collected at the city's recreation department with the intention to distribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs later this week. The city managed to collect around 170 food boxes last year, and they're aiming for that number again. Now, a few large last-minute donations are getting the city closer to that goal.
The donations are starting to come in from within the city and their departments, as well as community businesses and individuals have started to bring in some boxes. We got a call today actually from FedEx Ground that they've collected 40 boxes that they'll be bringing over tomorrow, so that's great to hear.
The City of Pasco met with the director of the Boys and Girls Clubs to help create a list of food items that would help the children they serve the most over the holidays. The deadline for box donations is today at 5 p.m. Until Saturday, the Yakima Valley Museum is hosting its annual Holiday Lights Extravaganza to raise awareness and money for local nonprofits. 36 nonprofits have Christmas trees representing their organization set up throughout the museum. Admission is $13 for adults and $11 for seniors, but each guest gets $5 in script tickets to donate to a nonprofit of their choice.
We have so many nonprofits in the area, it's hard to keep track of them. So you can maybe discover some new ones, but also you get to make a small donation towards it.
The Yakima Valley Museum is located at 2105 Tieton Drive and is open from 10 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday. STCU and Apple Valley News Now want your help in finding community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step to help us all. Please nominate someone like this by clicking on the Contests tab at applevalleynewsnow.com. From your nominations, we choose volunteers to profile, and STCU awards his or her organization a $1,000 donation. Thank you and a big thanks to all volunteers who help make our community stronger, and to STCU. We'll return in just a moment, but first Jason Valentine joins us live now for another quick look at the weather.
Folks, we've made it to Wednesday, midweek. We have more, well, misty, foggy, and cloudy conditions to talk about. I'll get you ready for your Wednesday, and my first alert weather forecast coming right up.
And the latest inflation report has a bit of good news for consumers despite unchanging prices for certain items. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal just $5.99, only at KFC.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Have you ever had a day like this? Bad days are why we got in the game. Capuzza Lighty, Accident Injury Lawyers.
Before the tree was trimmed, before the stockings were hung, and yes, even before Thanksgiving, it was already home. At McCurley, we know it's the people, traditions, and memories that make this season bright. And that's why we're here, because a vehicle is more than just a vehicle. It's also one of the ways you bring the holidays home.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Pasco Parks and Rec invites you to join in and get involved. They offer a variety of recreational classes and programs for all ages, preschool to adult. There's a class, event, or program to keep you moving. Sign up now for January through April classes. Register, reserve, or inquire today. Join all the special events Pasco Parks and Recreation has to offer. Learn more at PascoParksandRec.com. Get fit, have fun, do more with Pasco Parks and Rec.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back on this Wednesday morning. Well, U.S. consumer price inflation cooled further last month, according to the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But even with the encouraging trend, a closer look at the numbers shows prices in some sectors are still rising. The latest consumer price index rose 3.1% for the 12 months ending in November. That's down slightly from 3.2% in October. Gas prices sank 5.8% from October, driving the drop in the consumer price index. But the cost of shelter still shows no sign of easing.
Compared to pre-pandemic levels, prices are still higher. The good news is that inflation peaked a long time ago. We still have higher costs for shelter and services overall, so there's still a bit of a battle going on out there with respect to prices.
When stripping out more volatile components like food and gas prices, core CPI rose 0.3% from October, leaving the year-over-year growth rate unchanged at 4%, the lowest it's been since September of 2021. The release of the Producer Price Index today will serve as the final piece of economic data the Fed will rely on before announcing its policy decision for December. Even Santa has delivery delays. To ensure gifts are under the tree in time for Christmas, be mindful of when your packages need to be shipped out. The U.S. Postal Service recommends that holiday mail be sent out by December 16th for it to arrive by Christmas. But if you're doing priority, you have 4 extra days to get those packages to the post office. Meanwhile, FedEx recommends a shipping date no later than December 15th for 5-day home delivery. That's in 2 days, folks. And UPS recommends packages be shipped out on December 19th using 3-day select if they are to be delivered by Saturday, December 23rd. Coming up, a local rehabilitation facility has received national recognition as one of the best nursing homes in the country. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. Let me get you ready for your Wednesday as we're at midweek. You're watching Good Morning Northwest.
It's our annual year-end inventory closeout sale at Mattress Depot USA.
This is your best opportunity of the year to save hundreds.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
This Christmas, give the kids a gift of fun at the 2024 Benton Franklin Fair. This package includes a full day of carnival rides, a youth admission ticket for kids ages 6 to 12, and a cuddly stuffed animal, all for only $30. That's a savings of $15. Available now until Christmas Eve at Kennewick Ranch and Home or the fair office in Pasco. Quantities are limited, so don't wait. Happy holidays from everyone at the Benton Franklin Fair.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it going to look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have, we try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
Shop your Bi-Mart Christmas savings book now and save. Plus, pick up a copy in-store or find it on Bi-Mart.com. We'll help you tackle your gift giving for less. All Christmas food gift sets are 20% off. All pet toys are 25% off. Plus, save 30% on all winter gloves, hats, scarves, boots, robes, sleepwear, and slippers. Save more this Christmas season at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Before it went through decades of design work, your mattress started with the most important detail of all, our name. Stearns & Foster. Uncover exceptional.
Mattress Depot USA.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your morning and hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. We have pretty calm conditions yet again out there. Quite a bit of cloud coverage, quite a bit of fog in some areas. We don't have any dense fog advisory except for along the lovely northern part of Oregon to the Dalles. So could run into some dense fog in that area, but all our areas are looking a little dicey, especially in Pendleton. We have almost zero visibility. We have a quarter of a mile visibility in Pendleton, so yes, that is zero visibility. 70% in Walla Walla, 30 Prosser, 40% in Yakima. So we are seeing some fog, especially if you're heading into the mountainous areas, so do be careful as you're heading off to work. But air quality looking still fine, holding tough despite lack of air, and hopefully this does remain a trend, but still foggy conditions are expected for the next couple of days at least, if not into the weekend. So we do have light winds continuing for our areas. We do have a little bit of wind kind of around our areas, but not into our areas. And we expect to see those light winds continue, and that is well into our next work week. So again, not much fresh air coming in. Stagnant air always going to be a threat, and also foggy conditions a threat as well. We are above the freezing level for all of our areas yet again, so that is going to be good with all the kind of wet conditions out there. If we were below the freezing mark, we'd be seeing some freezing fog. Now today we're taking a little bit of a dip below our average, and we're going to be right around our averages as we head into the next week. Again, lower 40s, upper 30s for most of our cities, and that just is not going to go away. So radar, we are looking cloudy, but free and clear other than that. But again, folks, we have so much precipitation or moisture in the air, you could run into some mist and it'll seem like it's raining, but it is not. So in our future cast, as we move into our afternoon, we could see a sunbreak or two. But as we get into tomorrow, just slight bit of shower activity possible coming into our area. So don't be shocked if you see a quick spritz or two, and maybe a little bit of clearing as we get to Friday morning. Hey, it's our countdown for 2023, 8 days. So a week from tomorrow is the winter solstice. Christmas Day, 12 days away. New Year's Day, 19 days away. So for our highs today, lower 40s, mid 30s for Ellensburg. Not much warmer than it is right now for your day. Upper 30s, lower 40s for the Mid-Columbia, and upper to mid 30s for the Blue Mountain region. 7-day forecast, lower 40s. Look at that, not much variance for Yakima for the week ahead. Could see some shower activity next week. Overnight lows below the freezing mark for the week ahead. In the Tri-Cities area, upper 30s, lower 40s for the week ahead. Mostly cloudy conditions, overnight lows getting cooler, especially as we get to our weekend. And for Walla Walla, upper 30s, lower 40s for the week as well. So not much change today, tomorrow, into our weekend. This is what we're going to be seeing. Foggy mornings for some of our areas, cloudy conditions, and around average temperatures. But it does look like we're cooling down in our overnight period.
Nursing homes of 2024 is a short-stay rehabilitation facility in Richland after being recognized by U.S. News and World Report. Prestige Care's Richland Rehabilitation Center was one of the 15,000 centers evaluated across the country. The Richland facility was recognized for its resident care, outcomes, and safety. Administrator Holly Kaiser says the recognition came as a pleasant surprise.
I have a pretty amazing team here, which in an industry that is very heavily regulated and very closely scrutinized, that means the world to me. That I have a team that's geared towards doing the best we can. Not that we're perfect by any means, but their heart's in it for the right reasons.
140 staff members work at the Richland Rehabilitation Center, which is licensed to serve 71 skilled nursing patients and has 24 assisted living beds. Washington State Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers helped champion a bill that passed Monday night aimed at improving health care transparency and affordability. The Lower Costs, More Transparency Act passed the House by a wide margin, the final vote 320 to 71. The law is meant to drive down medical care costs for Americans at a time when inflation has affected so many Americans.
Over 90% of Americans believe that we should know what the price is. You think about how inflation is driving up the cost of our gas, our groceries. We're able to shop around and know where we can get the best value for the money that we're spending.
This bill could save patients from paying 2 to 3 times more for the same medical services at a hospital instead of a doctor's office. The bill still needs to make it through the Senate before heading to President Biden's desk. The holidays can mean a lot of joy, but they can also present a tough time for those recovering from a personal loss. A licensed therapist with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says everyone grieves differently, and that grief can appear in waves. You can give yourself a feeling of control by having an exit plan for holiday gatherings and parties if you need it. Another strategy, do something to honor a loved one's memory.
If you are enjoying talking about them, talk about them more. Listen to their favorite music, cook their favorite meal, look at videos, pictures, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to do something in their honor, you can do a project or volunteer at an organization that meant something to them. And these are all ways that you can maintain that sense of connection.
You should give yourself permission to skip a tradition if it doesn't feel right this year. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, it's one of the most powerful phenomenons in the entire universe. I know the James Webb Telescope is giving us the most detailed look inside of a supernova.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Bundle auto, home, and life and save up to 27%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
George and Heidi use Verizon for their mobile service. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. Both couples have 2 lines and both get unlimited data and nationwide 5G. But there's a big difference. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more.
That's too much.
Way too much.
Plus taxes.
And fees.
With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. All with no added taxes and no hidden fees. Start saving way more. Visit SpectrumMobile.com, a Spectrum store, or call 844-517-2999 today. Dan and Tina save big. Over $1,500 in savings.
Really?
Spectrum Mobile has the fastest wireless speeds, and they get reliable coast-to-coast service with a connection they can count on. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free for a year. Visit SpectrumMobile.com, a Spectrum store, or call 844-517-2999 today.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $3,000 on the 2023 Nissan Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Check this out. NASA released a new image of the youngest supernova remnant in our galaxy called Cassiopeia A, or CASS-A. It was taken by the James Webb Space Telescope. This is the closest and most detailed look inside the exploded star.
Beautiful.
It is.
Astronomers used Webb's near-infrared camera to see the supernova remnant at different wavelengths of light than those used in previous observations. The image could help researchers better understand the processes that fuel these massive incendiary events. CASS-A seems to shine like a Christmas ornament and is included in the first ever digital White House Advent calendar shared on Monday.
It does look like a Christmas ornament, just a little bit.
Yeah, and we are overdue. I keep saying it. We are overdue for a supernova. When a supernova happens, it'll be bright enough that we'll see during the daytime, for about a couple weeks, and then it will go away. The last that was observed, a Chinese astronomer saw one in about the 1600s. So we're well overdue. So something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Quick look outside. I'm not sure you're going to look forward to the weather today. It's a bit London-esque. I'll get you ready in my first alert weather forecast coming up next.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, President Biden is warning Republicans that they would give Russia a Christmas gift if they fail to provide additional military aid to Ukraine. Meanwhile, U.S. officials say the war in Gaza might have a ripple effect in the U.S. over the holiday season.
All she wants for Christmas is to stump Mark.
Next live, Fantasia Barrino Taylor from The Color Purple, plus Emmy Award winner Claire Foy.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next Extra, hot off his Golden Globe nominations, we've got Bradley Cooper.
It's a really special night for us.
Talking about the masterpiece Maestro and trading the red carpet for a cheesesteak food truck. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now primetime. It's all Monday night.
Another fatal crash on
Alyssa Warner. She graduated from Walla Walla University, worked her first TV news job in Spokane, and brings the news home to you each night on Apple Valley News Now.
It's just one way Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
She's local and on your side.
All she wants for Christmas is to stump Mark.
Next live, Fantasia Barrino Taylor from The Color Purple, plus Emmy Award winner Claire Foy.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next Extra, hot off his Golden Globe nominations, we've got Bradley Cooper.
It's a really special night for us.
Talking about the masterpiece Maestro and trading the red carpet for a cheesesteak food truck. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now primetime. It's all Monday night.
Another fatal crash on
Alyssa Warner. She graduated from Walla Walla University, worked her first TV news job in Spokane, and brings the news home to you each night on Apple Valley News Now.
It's just one way. Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
She's local and on your side.
Ukrainian President Zelensky traveled to Washington yesterday to plead for money to help the war effort against the Russians, but faced a skeptical reception from key Republican lawmakers. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security are warning of an increased risk of lone terrorist activity over the holidays.
More clouds and fog for your Wednesday. No, you're not living in London or Seattle. It still is our region. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast coming right up.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Wednesday. The week is all downhill in a good way from here.
There we go, just getting towards Friday.
Yes, and I think the kids are on vacation, at least some of them, starting Friday.
Starting on Friday, that's true.
Hopefully that's the case, and that's just the
best time of the year.
The best time. So let's take a look outside. We have more of the same. Good morning, Riley. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's 5:31 on this Wednesday morning, and we do have some fog in places, especially Pendleton. We have a quarter of a mile visibility there, 70% visibility Walla Walla, 30% Prosser, 40% in Yakima. We don't have any dense fog advisories right now, but maybe we should have for the Pendleton region. We'll definitely keep an eye on that as we move along in our morning. So our highs today, we're a touch cooler than we were yesterday. So lower 40s and upper 30s for most of our cities. If you don't see fog this morning, you're going to see cloud coverage. There is a chance of maybe a little bit of a sunbreak in our afternoon, so maybe keep an eye out for that. Other than that, plenty of cloud coverage, plenty of fog. That's going to continue tomorrow. It's going to continue Friday as we're looking at very similar conditions for the next couple of days. So yes, London calling, London conditions, patchy AM fog, a bit cooler today. All of your forecasts coming up in about 10 minutes.
Approve new defense funding for Ukraine. Ukraine's President Zelensky joined President Biden in pressing Capitol Hill lawmakers to fast-track the multi-billion-dollar package before the holidays. But Republicans are refusing to lend support without a deal, including tighter restrictions on immigration and the southern border. The stalemate comes as Russia escalates attacks across Ukraine and warnings Putin could win the war. ABC's Justin Finch has more from the ABC newsroom in D.C.
Overnight, Ukraine's capital city coming under fire. Kyiv's mayor reporting its air defenses were activated, but saying the Russian airstrike left several dozen civilians injured, including children. Russia's latest missile strike coming as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was in Washington, pleading in person for Congress to approve another $61 billion in aid by year's end. Without it, Zelensky and President Biden warning Russia could win.
In Ukraine, we are fighting for our country and freedom, and also in Europe, we say for our freedom and yours.
A source familiar says a declassified U.S. intelligence report finds the Kremlin's military personnel struggling, counting roughly 315,000 dead or injured Russian troops since the conflict began. Russian officials denying the high numbers. President Biden cautioning Russia's President Putin could still snatch a victory and putting Republicans in the hot seat.
The host of a Kremlin-run show literally said, and I quote, "Well done, Republicans. That's good for us," end of quote.
Still, Republicans are withholding support for new Ukraine funding until the president agrees to more stringent immigration policy.
Our first condition on any national security supplemental spending package is about our own national security first. The border is an absolute catastrophe.
The president saying he's open to compromise and blasting Republicans.
Holding Ukraine funding hostage in the attempt to force through an extreme Republican partisan agenda on the border is not how it works.
How and when President Biden and Republicans can strike a deal remains unclear, but Biden wants one done before the holidays. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says that's practically impossible. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
President Biden also signed off on $200 million in additional military assistance for Ukraine. That aid package is from the Defense Department inventories and the previously authorized Presidential Drawdown Authority. The Gaza region is in shambles from the Israel-Gaza war. Medical authorities on the scene say the region is full of diseases, including chickenpox and meningitis. Although there is a push to stop the fighting, U.S. officials fear tensions might escalate even more so during the holiday season. The FBI and DHS issued a joint statement saying the ongoing war in Gaza could inspire lone actor violence on U.S. soil during the holiday season. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin will be in Israel this week for key meetings. President Biden is meeting with families of Hamas's American hostages later today. The families want the U.S. and Israeli governments to work harder on their relatives' release. 7 American men and 1 woman are still missing after the October 7th attack, according to the White House. The United Nations General Assembly on Tuesday voted to demand an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in war-torn Gaza. It's a rebuke to the U.S., which has repeatedly blocked ceasefire calls in the UN's Security Council. A majority of the 153 nations voted for the ceasefire resolution in the General Assembly's emergency special session. There were 10 votes against and 23 abstained. A General Assembly vote is politically significant and seen as wielding moral weight, but it's non-binding, unlike a Security Council resolution. Last week, the U.S. vetoed a ceasefire resolution in the smaller Security Council, which had been approved by a majority of the powerful 15-member body. President Biden said Tuesday that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu needs to make changes to his hardline government. Speaking to Democratic donors in Washington, Biden also said support for Israel's military campaign is waning amid the heavy bombardment of Gaza. He added, quote, "This is the most conservative government in Israel's history," and said the Israeli government doesn't want a two-state solution. Biden's words and his warning that Israel is beginning to lose support around the world mark some of his most candid commentary yet on the conflict. Until now, for the most part, he has stood shoulder to shoulder with Netanyahu in public. However, some daylight has emerged between the U.S. and Israel amid mounting civilian deaths in Gaza. Jason Valentine is here with a look at your weather forecast.
It's another bit of a gloomy day ahead as we have more fog and more cloud coverage to talk about. I'll get you ready for your Wednesday. We've made it to midweek, everyone. That's coming up.
And when we come back, we take a minute to celebrate the life of actor Andre Braugher, who reportedly died Monday at 61 years of age.
Whatever the holidays mean to you.
Is your
ProClean Auto Detail Systems is fully staffed and here for you. We are taking extra precaution by offering free pickup and drop-off of your vehicle. Harsh winter conditions can be harmful to your vehicle's paint. Help protect it with a coat of winter wax. Take your interior clean to the next level with BioPledge antimicrobial protection. Gift certificates are good for all our services, including details, starting at just $125. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday season. ProClean Auto Detail Systems, the future of auto detailing.
Watch me. Watch me jump, dive, and splash. Put me by a pool, I'll be soaked in a flash. A girl in the water to swim like a fish. Just 2 simple legs, that was my wish. I'm a sea turtle, shark, a seal on a slide. This is my day of fun, with nothing to hide. Watch me. Pioneers in orthotic and prosthetic technology at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone. Then, give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
That his father never wanted him to become an actor, asking him, "What the hell are you going to do, juggle and travel the country?" Millions of people are glad he did not follow his dad's advice. Now fans are in mourning after the Chicago native died, leaving behind a lengthy on-screen legacy.
This morning, Andre Braugher is being remembered as one of the most versatile actors of his generation.
Is there a reason you're interrupting me mid-soup?
The star, best known for his role as the deadpan Captain Holt on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, died Monday after a short illness. The Chicago native attended Stanford and Juilliard before making his film debut in Glory alongside Denzel Washington.
I'd like to speak to you for a moment in private, if I may.
But it was in the 90s when he found his breakout role, Detective Frank Pembleton in Homicide: Life on the Streets.
France Raider is 2 hours dead, and she's offering to testify against her own.
His role winning him an Emmy. He was named one of People magazine's 50 most beautiful people and met his wife while working on Homicide. They had 3 kids, and Braugher said they were his priority, once telling Variety, "It's been an interesting career. I think it could have been larger, but it would have been at the expense of my own life." Braugher would go on to take smaller roles on the big and small screens, including on House MD as the title character's psychiatrist.
That's why you've been thinking about this case.
But playing Captain Holt on Brooklyn Nine-Nine would return him to the spotlight.
It's revitalized my career entirely. I used to be a dramatic actor, and now I'm a comedic actor, and the transformation has been really wonderful.
His co-star Terry Crews saying, "I will be forever grateful for the experience of knowing you. You showed me what a life well lived looks like."
These have been the best years of my career.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And Andre Braugher was just 61. Coming up, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's newest report paints a bleak picture of the future of the Arctic. And all of your first alert weather forecasts coming up next.
Happy Hanukkah from Apple Valley News Now.
KFC's Wednesday Country Fried Steak Meal is a delicious value, complete with mashed potatoes with gravy, coleslaw, and a biscuit, all for the incredible price of just $5.99. Really, what's left to say? How about see you again next Wednesday? Country Fried Steak Meal, just $5.99, only at KFC.
Even Santa and his rowdy reindeer can't lasso this deal. Only Legends Casino Hotel can deliver a shiny new Volkswagen Jetta Sport or Atlas Cross Sport under your tree. Well, maybe not under the tree, that's a tough fit, but you can't win if you don't play. Using your Legends Rewards card during December's Cash and Car Roundup. Heck, that's another present missing from Santa's saddlebags. Cash, like thousands of dollars in cash, given away every Thursday in December. Leave the kids' toys to Santa. Let Legends Casino Hotel deliver you cash and VW cars this year.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Sprinkle holiday magic into your home with Meredith Furniture's festive collection. Our enchanting designs, just like Santa's little elves, create the perfect atmosphere for joy and togetherness. From cozy sofas to elegant dining sets, each piece brings the spirit of the season to life. Make this Christmas truly unforgettable with Meredith Furniture.
From our family to yours,
Merry Christmas!
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Tonight,
It's a holiday special, y'all.
the stars have never been so bright with special performances by Billy Porter and Rosie O'Donnell.
This is the best celebrity family I've ever met.
Celebrity Family Feud Holiday Special tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your morning so far. A very calm morning for many of our areas. Light winds again persist. Now, the dense fog advisory, not in our areas, but we do have it just to the south of our areas near the Dalles. So if you're driving south, be careful for dense fog, but we have some dense fog in our areas as well. Less than a mile visibility. We're at a quarter-mile visibility. That is as far as it goes. So very thick fog going on in the Pendleton area. Not too bad in Walla Walla, 70%, 30% in Prosser, 70% in Yakima. So patchy fog out there, so keep an eye out for that, especially in the Pendleton area. Air quality, though, since we haven't had much wind coming in for the past couple of days, we're still keeping an eye on air quality, but looking good. It's right in that good zone, so hopefully it stays right there. So wind speeds are light yet again. We do have quite a bit of wind, though, just to around our areas, but not in our areas. It'd be nice to get just a little bit of wind to break up our weather pattern, but we don't expect wind for the next couple of days and almost nominal winds as we move into our next work week. So we're kind of stuck in this pattern. We're getting socked in, and we're just going to be seeing day after day of similar conditions. Hopefully it doesn't get too gloomy for you. So we are just above the freezing mark in Ellensburg, up to 41 in Hermiston. So still okay conditions this morning. Luckily, we're not seeing any below freezing temperatures, or we'd start to see freezing fog in areas. So temperature trend, we're a little below, a little above our averages for the week ahead. And again, we're in those upper 30s to lower 40s just day in, day out. Now on our radar, we're not seeing any precipitation, but the atmosphere is so saturated with water, you are going to be driving through some misty conditions at times. So it may seem like it's raining, but it truly is not. Now in our futurecast, we could see a little bit of breakage overnight of the clouds. Could see just a scant bit of shower activity coming in tomorrow morning into our Thursday. So keep an eye out for that, and maybe a little bit of clearing as we get to our Friday. So it's our 2023 countdown, that winter solstice, a week from tomorrow. Christmas Day, 12 days away, 19 days away from 2024. My goodness, the year has gone by. Highs Mid-30s for Ellensburg, lower 40s for Yakima, Toppenish. Upper 30s, lower 40s for the Mid-Columbia, a little bit cooler the more north you go. And in the Blue Mountain region, mid to upper 30s. So 7-day forecast, lower 40s for the week ahead for Yakima. Could see a little bit of shower activity next week. Overnight lows should start to get below or right around that freezing mark. Tri-Cities area, upper 30s, lower 40s for the week ahead. More cloud coverage or fog on the way. Overnight lows will take a little bit of a hit as we get to our weekend. And Walla Walla, a little chillier the next 2 days, upper 30s, lower 40s. Maybe a little bit of shower activity next week, and maybe we'll see a little bit warmer conditions. It would be lovely if this weather pattern would break. But folks, as we're heading towards the solstice next week, we are in a kind of a holding pattern, which should persist well into our next work week.
The Arctic region failed its annual health checkup this year. This summer in the Arctic was the warmest on record. That's according to a report published Tuesday by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA scientists examined the Arctic's vital signs between October 2022 and September of this year. They looked at changes in sea ice volume, snow cover, air and ocean temperatures, and more. The results showed the vast and typically frozen northern biomes saw temperatures hit a record 43 degrees Fahrenheit, and sea ice continued its shrinking trend. These changes threaten the lives of animals and people living in the region, particularly indigenous communities who have long relied on living off the frozen landscape. The Arctic report card comes as scientists already reported 2023 will officially be the hottest year on record. One of Tennessee's most famous residents is lending a helping hand following devastating tornadoes. Taylor Swift donated $1 million to the Tennessee Emergency Response Fund. She owns a home in the Nashville suburb of Hendersonville. That area was impacted by a tornado that produced winds of 125 miles per hour. It was just one of several twisters that killed 6 people and left thousands homeless in the state. When we come back, what's old is new again. When we come back, we'll take an early look at Timothée Chalamet's take on the origins of iconic candy maker Willy Wonka.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean, whoa.
Okay, where will both George Clooney and Jason Momoa be in the morning this week?
Good morning, America.
Wake up with George in an all-new interview. And Jason live on GMA. This week on Tell 'em Jason.
Good morning, America!
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
My darling granddaughter, this camera was given to me when I was your age. May it capture your big, beautiful life the way it did mine.
It's so surprising what the little things can do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if everybody...
Oh, Merry Christmas, Grandmother.
One good round deserves another at Zentel Creek Golf Club in Kennewick. Stay warm inside with state-of-the-art golf simulators, or book banquet space for your next family or professional event. Weekends liven up with select live music events throughout the season. Go to zentelcreek.com to find the list of live music options. And make reservations for golf, dinner, drinks, and fun all year round.
Home design and remodeling can be overwhelming. At Premier Woodworks, we are with you throughout the entire project. Our in-house designers and project manager will help you design the space of your dreams. Whatever the size of project, Premier Woodworks will help maximize your space and turn your vision into reality. Visit our website, premierwoodworksllc.com, or stop by our newly remodeled showroom at 109 North Washington in downtown Kennewick.
When it comes to your loved ones, you want the best care possible. Being home surrounded by the things you love is vital for quality of life. That's where affordable at-home care comes in. We offer personalized home care plans to fit your specific needs. And for all new customers, your first hour is always free. Our experienced, loving, and caring staff is dedicated to serving you. Call us today for a free consultation. At Affordable in Home Care, we do more than just visit.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
Apple Valley News Now Holiday Show, sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health.
Let's head closer to home, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your morning so far, and we're seeing similar conditions that we've been seeing. A little bit cooler today, mid-30s for Kittitas Valley areas. Chilly with possible fog this morning. Moving over to the lovely Yakima Valley area. We have some fog this morning in Yakima, lower 40s, Natchez 37. So again, a little cooler today, mostly in the upper 30s, 40 for Prosser for the Mid-Columbia. Let's take a look at the blues. Look at Boardman, the hot spot yet again, but Athena is our cool spot at 35. Folks, get ready for more fog. We have 0% visibility right now in Pendleton, so I would assume in Stanfield and Athena as well. We'll get your forecast coming right up.
Well, everyone's favorite fictional chocolatier is back on the big screen this weekend.
Hold on. Is there another fictional chocolatier?
Well, that's what we mean, everybody's favorite.
Well, it's everybody's least favorite.
He's back on the big screen this weekend, but not quite as we've seen him before.
All right.
David Daniel has a look.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
Timothée Chalamet puts his sweets up against a squad of sourpusses in Wonka.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel.
There are nods to previous versions of the character.
So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
But this is not your parents' Wonka.
It really is a different character at a different time of his life. It's before he's become this sort of reclusive, isolated guy in the factory.
When he was young, full of dreams, wouldn't take no for an answer, and has a spirit that's sort of unblemished.
I guess it's time to change the world.
The filmmakers built that world without much CGI.
That was one of the most magical things that we could experience, was being our production design and art direction was second to none on this film.
This was all real. I mean, the chocolate sets were 60 to 70% real.
How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
It actually made me love chocolate more, which is very odd because some people are like, if I had chocolate so many times over and over and over again, I would get sick of it. But it made me love it more. Maybe it's because of how good the chocolate actually was.
The best chocolate in the world.
Ooh. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
So I grew up with Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka.
Okay. What did you think of it?
I was a big fan.
Okay.
It was a movie that stressed me out a lot because of all the chaos that kind of happened. But you had a different one growing up?
Yes, though. Gene Wilder and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And there's a tunnel scene in the original Willy Wonka where a chicken gets his head cut off.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No.
We don't need that. But